Now, Esther, she's sitting up there in her pretty little palace, unaware that from that very palace, the very place she calls home, has come a law that is going to destroy all her kinship. She is unaware that it's her husband's name who has been put on that law. So she hears that they're mourning. That's about all she knows. So she sends her little servant down to Mordecai, and says with a brand new set of clothes, and says, "Here, Mordecai, put on this new set of clothes, and everything's okay." And Mordecai says, "I will not, because everything's not okay." And Mordecai says, "I will not put on and act as if everything's okay when everything's not okay." You know, it's surprising that Esther didn't say, "What's going on?" before she just gives him a new set of clothes. And she didn't go down and say to the servant, "Hey, go find out what Mordecai's mourning about. Go find out what the problem is." She doesn't do that. She just goes and sends a new set of clothes. If that's not a resemblance of what goes on in America today, guys, I don't know what is. Our rulers making rules that do nothing but oppress people, but before they find out what the problem is, they're just trying to act as if everything's okay. Everything's not okay. Let's find out what the problem is. But let's get to the next step. So in chapter 4, if you take Esther chapter 4 and you just read it, you see the maturity of a young lady. She evidently thought that she was sent into the palace to do nothing but sit on nice fluffy little pillows, eat bonbons, and have pedicures and manicures. She didn't realize that when God puts you in a place to do something, he puts you in a place to do something for a reason. He doesn't put you in that place so that you can be comfy, so that you can just have people say, "Ah, ain't that nice?" God didn't put Esther up in that palace to do nothing but get her back stroked. He put her there for a reason. He put her there for a purpose. And through that chapter, we see she goes back to Mordecai, and Mordecai tells her what's going on. And suddenly she becomes aware that there's a problem. From someone who's oblivious to everything, to oblivious to the very fact that it's her husband that has decreed this on her own people, to being aware of it. She then becomes aware of it. She says, "Okay, there's nothing I can do about it." To there is something I can do about it, but it's going to cost me. From it's going to cost me to I'm going to be willing to pay the price. And she says at that point, "If I die, I die." And when she takes that, suddenly we see the transference of the mantle. In chapter 2, Esther does as Mordecai asks. Here, Esther says, "If I die, I die, but have the people pray for me." And Mordecai takes that, and he does as Esther says. The mantle shifted. So we see the maturity. We see the growth of a young woman from being oblivious to realizing there's a problem, to saying there's nothing I can do about the problem, to realizing there is definitely something I can do about the problem, to saying I'm not willing, I'm not sure I can pay the price, to I will pay the price. Those are the kind of Christians we need today in this America, in this world. Those who will count the cost and say, "I will pay it."